Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Soulprint. It is March 14th, the afternoon where I am. And I wanted to just do a bit of a reading to just check in and see kind of globally what the energies are that we're going to be dealing with. As most of you are aware, we are about a week into Mercury retrograde, and that's going to continue on for several more weeks. So I wanted to just kind of check in and see, maybe like over the next 4 weeks, mid March to mid April, kind of globally, what kind of energies are out there, what we're going to be dealing with, what some of the issues or concerns are. This is meant for all signs. Um, I'm not breaking this down into the elements this time. This really is just a kind of an overview for all of the signs because all of us are being impacted by Mercury retrograde. So I'm not, breaking it down. I'm just going to see what Spirit and the universe has to say about how we should be processing and coping with and dealing with the next 4 weeks or so. So let's bring the camera down and see what the cards would like to tell us today. Okay. Shove that out of the way a bit. All right, so I'm just going to give them a couple more shuffles. These cards have actually been really well shuffled. But I am going to just give them a couple more shuffles. And we'll cut them and we'll see what exactly is in store globally for us energetically. The last 2 weeks of March, first couple of weeks of April. Let's just see what guidance we can receive with regards to this. So I'm going to cut the deck. Okay. So we've got the Eight of Cups coming up and Judgment coming forward and Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. So this is talking about the lead up to the time that we're in right now. Going back to the last Mercury retrograde, going back in time to sort of maybe spring, summer, fall, in that time frame of last year, what is going on right now is that things that were perhaps taking up your time, important things that were happening last summer, a little bit on either side of the summer, are kind of making their way around again to, it's almost like, as if the universe is saying, okay, well, you got through that and that was kind of hard and you've done a good job and you've moved forward. And I'm just going to bring this back around again one more time to make sure that you're sure about the choices and decisions you made. So what this is talking about, like for example, if last spring, summer, something went on in your life that was significant. Perhaps it could have been an illness. It might have been the loss of a job. It might have been financial pressures. It could have been the dramatic ending of a relationship, or friction that was created as a result of people not listening to each other, not hearing what the other person was saying. So that energy was sort of paramount last summer. It was kind of wherever it impacted you in your life, whatever area of your life was impacted, it's going to come around again one more time. And so this really does provide an opportunity to be very clear in your head about decisions you've made or choices you've made, and knowing that the judgments you made at that time, this is your opportunity to say, you know what, they were sound judgments, I'm good with it, or let me take another look at that. Let me just see if there's anything I want to pull back or push forward, anything that needs to be tweaked. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, so that's telling you that fortunes are changing in a good way. They're going good things are going to come forward. But it was not without a great deal of hard work and a great deal of sort of emotional insights. There needed to be a lot of thinking hard about the events of last summer and last spring. We had to work our way through them. It wasn't easy. A lot of times, you know, we were able to honestly get through with the help of friends, with the help of family, with group support. It has been a really difficult time for some people. And this period we're in right now is, it's kind of like the tail end of it, or the final hurrah, if you will. As things come up in this retrograde, we'll be dealing with them going forward, 6 or so, 8 months from now. I am not an astrologer, and I will never profess to be, so I'm not real clever with these dates. I probably should have looked them up before I started doing this, but I didn't. So this is just going to be more energetically as opposed to time specific. So we've got a lot of pentacles here. So this is talking about that which is of the earth, things that are physical, things that are parts of our day-to-day survival. So, you know, our money, financial obligations, our homes, our vehicles perhaps, things that are physical, the furniture, appliances, computers, things that we were dealing with then perhaps are coming around. Perhaps it's time to replace some items or to start looking at shifting or moving things. So, but a lot of emphasis was on kind of physical accomplishments, things that you succeeded in doing or realized during that period last year. And again, it's almost like maybe over the winter time it was sort of laid down or just put to rest, and it's being picked up again for a final read through, a final evaluation. A lot of working hard, a lot of processing, and a lot of, I got through it with help from my friends. Literally, support systems were really, really important. We had to uncover some really hard truths about maybe some of the realities of our life, or perhaps realities about some of the people in our life. But perhaps there were things that were hidden, perhaps there were things where you didn't clearly have a full picture. That is going to become clear for you in this time frame now. You've got a lot of support in terms of emotional healing, emotional completion, things coming to a satisfactory conclusion. You know, it's spring in the northern hemisphere here, and that is always an exciting time because it is a time of moving out of the cold. The earth is waking up. It's spring. Things are bursting back into life. They're coming to life again. It is just a time of renewal and a time of growth It is a time of new hope, fresh beginnings, and those things are clearly showing up here with the Star and the Empress. So it's talking about moving from the cold, moving away from the winter and the cold and the dark, perhaps the heavy of the winter, and moving into a time frame that is much more optimistic, much more able to support new ideas, new growth, and new beginnings. And we have the King of Wands coming forward and the Queen of Cups coming forward, and decisions. So again, this is talking about taking the spring, taking that energy and moving it forward. So there's going to be some of you are going to have some really amazing ideas, creations. Creativity is taking a step forward. A lot of you are going to be resolving emotional upheavals. Things are going to be settling. There's going to be sort of a feeling of things coming to a conclusion so that new things and new beginnings can happen. I'm just going to move these up because I want to create enough room for one more row. And those ideas, those truths are going to come quickly. And there's going to be insights and guidance, and you'll see and understand. Again, a lot of pentacles showing here, talking about perhaps financial restructuring, bringing abundance into your life, bringing positive energy and thoughts into your life, and understanding that one of the really powerful ways that you do that is by creating thought processes that are positive, thought processes that are more in line with sort of manifesting the things that you want to bring into your life, the new beginnings that you want to create. So it's important that you take the time and just make sure that your thoughts and your thought patterns are not creating sort of a continuing negative cycle, a negative situation. It has been a difficult, hard winter for a lot of people. It has sort of been a tough one to get through for some people. And so really important that we kind of clear out our thoughts and make sure that they are positive, they are helping us and guiding us. They're giving us a good foundation. Okay, so going forward, what I'm seeing is there are again lots of new ideas. The settling of emotions, sort of, I want to use the word clarity. People, you're going to be able to see things with more clarity than you did before. Your period of rest or respite is coming to an end. It's time for new beginnings. It's time for new challenges. It's time for growth and possibly even new relationships or relationships that are going to take a turn, perhaps move a little further down the road. And so the bottom line here is that spring really is a time of rebirth. It is a time of new beginnings. It is a time for kind of putting the gloom of winter away and behind us. It's time to plant some flowers, start fresh, welcome back the birds and the butterflies. Take the time to enjoy the beginning of spring. And as you're enjoying that, just take a moment, connect with your own inner energy, and you will discover that in fact, not only is your environment waking up and sort of stretching after that long winter's nap, but indeed so are you. There is a vitality, there is a vibrance, there is a come on, let's get up and go, let's get stuff done, let's do it. That kind of energy is going to propel you forward. So by mid-April or so, there's going to be really a sense of, okay, it's spring, it's time, we're moving forward. That's enough of that. Let's embrace the summer, embrace the warmth, and just get some new beginnings and new starts, knowing that the things that I was dealing with last year, the things that were more difficult, in mid 2018, those have been resolved. They have been put to rest, and it is time to simply start fresh. Keep your thoughts positive, keep your actions kind, and enjoy the warmth and the energy, the new growth energy that is coming our way over the next several weeks. For those of you who have managed to find my little Soul Print channel, thank you so much. I would be just honored for you to like and subscribe, leave comments if you wish. It's very new, and this channel is very new, and so I'm very appreciative of all of the support that I get. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope that you can take something from this that will perhaps just give you more of a sense of optimism for the time period going forward, because I actually see it as being really positive and really, really vibrant. Happy spring, everybody. I'll see you again in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.